travel around the world, or probably when you have a job in which you're supposed to travel, that gives you an advantage from other people because you know a little bit about more cultures, more people. You tend to be more tolerant with other people because you know cultures from different countries. What happens if you don't have the chance of traveling? How do you do in order to know more about the world? What do you do? Not necessarily you have to travel to Rome to talk about Italy or to talk about France or to talk about Australia. So probably you read, okay? So when you read, it's like you were traveling to these countries because you know the people, you know the customs, you know the traditions, you know their cultural legacy that they're giving to the world. But not necessarily you have to travel in order to know more cultures. The idea is that also you could read. That's what I ask you. Because the next topic, they're talking about reading for pleasure. Sometimes we don't like to read, and you read because of the university, or sometimes you like to read and there are different type of things that you like to read. Okay, so at the beginning I was asking you what are the benefits of reading. So I have a video. We won't watch the whole video, but it is really important how this person um identify reading. This person identifies reading sometimes as food, okay, because it's important. So I will give you only the beginning of the video, and then if you can watch it, you can watch it later, okay? What is the importance of reading? Why is reading so important? Okay, let's listen.
What is the point of reading? In today's fast-paced world, reading is becoming a dying habit because there are fast alternatives to consume on social media. I read about a book a month, so I'm going to give you my top 10 reasons on why reading is important and why you should read. 1. Reading is food for the brain. In my opinion, this is the biggest reason why reading is important. Just like how our body needs food to sustain itself and function optimally, our brain needs to continue learning new things to function at peak performance. The best part is that you can read fiction and non-fiction to get this benefit. Studies have shown that reading has the power to change your brain structure, which makes you more empathetic and improves cognitive processes. By reading more, you become smarter since you are consuming a lot of information, and you keep your brain in top shape. There's this quote from Game of Thrones that sums up this point nicely. My brother has his sword, King Robert has his warhammer, and I have my mind. And a mind needs books as a sword needs a whetstone, if it is to keep its edge. Tyrion Lannister. 2. You become better at conversations. Books help expand your vocabulary, which you can then use to express yourself better. Your speech will then be more refined and intelligent. Also, since reading widens your knowledge, you are empowered to participate in an interesting conversation. With the knowledge you gain from reading, you can add a unique perspective or sustain your argument. In this case, reading nonfiction can be better because you can learn about topics that show up more often in a regular conversation, like technology. But there are also instances where reading fiction can be better, like when there's a new popular movie out based on a book and you read the original source material. 3. You can get mentored by a successful person for a very cheap price. Think about how much a successful person's knowledge is worth. People are willing to pay millions to have lunch with Warren Buffett. If you're a normal person like me, you don't have that kind of money. But with books, you can get mentored by a successful person for less than $50. A book is literally the exact words, ideas, mindsets, advice, and even the experience of the author put into a collection of papers. It's almost like if the person is right there next to you, speaking to you. 75 of self-made millionaires reported that they read at least 2 books a month. The knowledge you can get from reading is irreplaceable. 4. Reading improves your focus and concentration. In our fast-paced world today, our attention spans are really short. Reading a book can help fix this, because when you read, your attention is only focused on the story, and you can be fully immersed. You might even achieve a flow state, where you are 100% focused and forget about the world around you. Try reading for 10 to 20 minutes before work on your morning commute, and you might find yourself more focused and productive at the office.
Okay, let's stop it there because it would take too much. Okay, so one of the advantages of reading would be they mention, well, at least he mentioned 4 advantages of reading. Which were the advantages that he mentioned? Could you tell me, Nate? At least give me one.
Focus.
Yes, you're supposed to that you focus in. You're very concentrated. You will focus in whatever you need to be focused. It will be your studies in your English class. I don't know, whatever you want to pay attention really carefully. Another one, they were comparing food. Food as you give food to your body because that makes you stronger. That makes you capable to do anything that probably you want because you will get vitamins from food. They were saying that when you read, you're given to your brain knowledge, vocabulary, and you're becoming more intelligent, interesting. That it is very interesting when a person knows a lot because you want to talk to this type of people because you know that they can give you good advices. They know that they manage certain type of topics that probably you don't. Okay, so those are some of the advantages that probably we might have. Okay, I'll give you the link of the video. Now, why are we talking about this? Because the next unit talks a little bit about the importance of reading or why you read. Okay, reading for pleasure. Not necessarily you have to read for pleasure. Sometimes it's because you have to, not because you like to read. Okay, so the book is presenting you this reading for pleasure. What do you prefer to do? Watching the movie that is based on a book, or first read a book and then watch the movie? What do you prefer? You already read the book and now you want to watch the movie. Or there's a lot of people that first they watch the movie and then they buy the book. Could you tell me some of the movies or series or TV programs that are based on books that are very recognized? Tell me a movie that is based on a book or a series that is based on a book.
Lord of the Rings. Creo que se llamaba así.
Yes, Lord of the Rings. Another one?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Yes. Another one?
Twilight.
Twilight. Yes. Another one? There's a lot of movies that are based on real books. No?
The Witcher series on Netflix.
Okay, The Witcher. Okay, yes. Now we have a lot. Okay, so probably the idea of the book is the idea of the unit is presenting you all the benefits from reading and different type of readings. Okay, and I will show you just a short video about the a part of a video that talks a little bit about the books. Okay, and a word that sometimes we mispronounce.
Genres.
Okay, so let me go to this one.
Book genres. The first thing you might be wondering is, what is a genre? Genres can be categories of books, music, or art. For example, with music.
Okay. That will be another one. Thank you, Edwin. Let's continue.
One genre would be rock and roll, another would be rhythm and blues. With books, you can see there are many genres as shown on your screen. The word genre comes from the French language and means kind, as in types or categories of things. How is it pronounced? Because genre is French, it can seem tricky to pronounce, but it does follow one of our spelling rules. The G sounds like a J, so we use the soft G rule, knowing that when G is followed by a snake letter, an I, E, or Y, it uses the soft sound. Therefore, we pronounce it genre. By now, I'm sure
genre. That is the word that we pronounce. What are some of the book genres? Okay.
You're wondering, what are some book genres? Most genres fall into two categories, fiction or nonfiction. There is also the genre of poetry, but we will be mainly focusing on these two categories this year. Fiction genres include realistic fiction, historical fiction, science fiction, fantasy, mystery, fairy tales, and in many cases, graphic novels. You can see by looking at the image on your screen, there are even more subgenres or smaller categories of books that fall under the categories I've just mentioned. Nonfiction includes books that are considered informational or biographical. Informational books tell all about a topic or subject, and they can even explain how to do something. Biographical books inform the reader about a person's life. Biographies are written about someone else, and autobiographies are written by the person the book is about. Graphic novels can be fiction or nonfiction depending upon whether it tells a story, making it fiction, or is informing the reader, which makes it nonfiction.
Okay, let's stop it there. And I give you the link of the video so you can have the pronunciation of the word genre. Okay. We need to practice that pronunciation. Genre. Okay. So I give you the link. Basically, the book is presenting you two different type of categories. Okay. And probably some of the categories that you have are the things that you like to read. Okay. So let's go for this one. Okay. Let me move this a little bit here. Okay. Genre of books. Okay. The stories often tell about science and technological or technology of the future. Okay. Those are the fiction. Okay. So they're talking about there are two categories, fiction and nonfiction. Okay. And these are the kind. What is a novel? What is a mystery? What is a thriller? What is a romance? What is a science fiction book? And what is a short story? Okay, those are the things that we're talking about. What do you prefer? When we talk about fiction, that are probably there, the stories often tell about science and technology of the future. And we can have novels, mysteries, a thriller, a romance novel, a science fiction book, or short stories. What would be your favorite? Do you prefer a mystery book? Do you prefer a novel book or a romance novel? What do you prefer? Or a science fiction?
Science fiction.
Science fiction.
Novel.
Romance novel. They are saying that those book genres, they also have like a movie genres. They have music categories. So you have all these type of things. Okay. That's why it is very common to see a book, a novel, and this novel, it was brought to the big screen, to the movies. Okay. Sometimes movies, they say are better, sometimes the books. Okay. And you have the next one, nonfiction. This is informational text dealing with an actual real subject. Okay. So you have a nonfiction that will be a biography, an autobiography, a travel book, a memoir, I will say what is a memoir. Okay. So we already have this. A memoir, it's a collection of memories, your memories, that an individual writes about moments or events, both public or private. That book takes place in the subject's person's life. So, for example, have you read about? No, I don't know if you have read, but you have seen the ex-president Barack Obama. He is a very good writer, and he sometimes got the memoir, and sometimes books that are non-fictional, and sometimes that are self-help book. That is a book at the end. This one, a self-help book. It is one. It is one book that is written with the intention or to instruct. It's written in solving personal problems. Okay, so you have two big categories: nonfiction and what is the other one?
Fiction.
Very good. So basically, is that. So the book is presenting you all these type of categories that probably helps you. Okay, and you have literacy genres that are told tales, science fiction, autobiography, mysteries, informational, folk tale, fantasy, myth, fairy tales, legend. Probably you remember all these type of things when you were a little kid, and your mom used to give you a book to read it, or your mom or dad used to read for you when you're going to bed. Your mom used to read you, I don't know, a short story or your favorite book. I don't know. Do you remember the book that you read when you were a little kid that really likes you a lot? Do you remember the book? No? Or you didn't have any specific book?
They are Baruchi. I remember.
Okay. Very good. Okay. Now, fiction, you have novels, mysteries. This is the page of the book. Okay. And if you read, it says Ernest Hemingway, The Old Man and the Sea. And they give you like a glimpse of the video. Hemingway's masterpiece about a poor fisherman and the big fish he hopes he will catch in his life. And then you have Murder on the Orient Express. Okay. A thriller. The Love Letter. Probably it's a romance. Science fiction. Okay. The War of the Worlds. Great short stories. Okay. Those are examples of some books. Okay. Now we have another one. Nonfiction. Biographies, autobiographies. So everybody knows Mandela. Bill Bryson. Okay. Another one. A memoir. The author John Grogan. And Younger You. Self-help. Those are the kind of vocabulary that we're going to see. Okay. Now, and some expressions that indicates when you like something and when you don't like something that is related to books. Okay. I can get enough of. I can put it down. It's a real page turner. It says I can seem to get into it. So I don't really get into the movie, or I don't really get into the book. Okay, so probably I don't know exactly what the book is about. Just aren't my thing. Novels, you could say novels, they're just aren't my thing. Or science fiction books, that's not my thing. Put me to sleep. when a book posts you to sleep, probably is because the book is not so good, or not necessarily the book that probably is not your taste. It's not the type of book that you expect. Okay, so let's go for this one. This is the that we're presenting, and let's go for the pronunciation. Just let me get this one. Okay.
Read and listen. Fiction.
A novel, a mystery, a thriller, a romance novel, A science fiction book. A short story.
Nonfiction.
A biography. An autobiography. A travel book. A memoir. A self-help book.
Now listen again and
From all the different type of genres that we have, which one is your favorite? Belongs to fiction or non-fiction? What do you, if you have it to classify it, which
Fiction.
of the two fiction? Okay, another one?
Non-fiction.
Non-fiction. Okay, now since you're in level 10 and you are a kind of advanced student in English, do you prefer to read in Spanish or in English?
Spanish.
Spanish.
Yes.
Are there any books that you have read in English? Like short stories or something like that? No. Cinderella. Okay. Now, when you listen to songs, do you prefer to listen them in Spanish or in English?
English.
English. Okay. Very good. Now, another way to increase your vocabulary is to listen to music. And you have the lyrics. With Spotify and Deezer and all this, they have the lyrics. So you can follow the track and follow the lyrics. So it will help you a lot to increase your vocabulary. But also books. They help you to increase your vocabulary, not only in English, but also in Spanish. Okay? I start. Now, let's go for the conversation. Okay? So we're introducing the unit with a conversation that talks a little bit about things that people like to read. Okay? Where do you think these people are? Where are they? They are in a library or they are in a bookstore?
In a bookstore.
In a bookstore. Okay. Now, in a bookstore, tell me some of the bookstores that we have in Guatemala that are very famous. Sophos, that is a bookstore. Another one? Uh-huh. Another one? If you realize society been changing because sometimes you only went to the bookstore, you buy the book and you read it at home, or you read it in the office, or you read it while you were in the bus, or while you're moving from one place to another, or when you have I don't know, a free time. But now you can go to a bookstore, you can buy the book, and they have like a coffee. So they sell you the book. You can stay there, reading there. They have a club of readers, people that like to read, and they get together and they discuss about the books that they have read. And they get together once a month or twice a month. Okay. So it's been changing. There's a lot of people that really enjoyed reading, not also adults, but also teenagers and children. So the bookstores are classified with children's book, adolescents or teenagers book, adult. And so there is a big brochure of choices that you might have in reading. Okay. So let's listen to this one.
read and listen to a conversation between two friends at a bookstore.
Hey, Sophie. I've never run into you here before.
Lynn, good to see you. Looking for anything special?
No, I'm just browsing. How about you?
I'm just picking up some gardening magazines for my mom. She can't get enough of them. So, anything interesting?
This one doesn't look bad. It's a biography of Helen Keller. What about you? Are you reading anything good these days?
Well, I've got a new mystery on my night table, but I can't seem to get into it. I guess mysteries just aren't my thing.
I know what you mean. They put me to sleep.
Well, you're a big reader. I wonder if you could recommend something for me.
Have you read the new John Grisham thriller?
No, I haven't. I didn't know he had a new book out.
Well, I can't put it down. It's a real page-turner.
Thanks for the tip. Do you think I could borrow it when you're done with it?
Of course. If you can wait till the end of the week, I'd be happy to lend it to you.
Okay. So there are two friends that they were meeting at the bookstore, but which one is who was the person that was looking for magazines? Lynn or Sophie?
Sophie.
Okay. And the magazines are for her or for her mother?
Her mother.
Okay. And what are the magazines about? There's a lot of people that like to buy magazines. And this guy, what type of magazines are they? No, it's a Sophie. I'm just picking up some gardening magazines. So for my mom, she can't get enough of them. So anything interesting. So the mother is really interested in gardening magazines. Probably she likes plants. She likes to water them. She likes to plant things. Probably that's what she likes. Now, who is a big reader, Lynn or Sophie? Who really likes to read, Lynn or Sophie?
Lynn.
Okay, so they mentioned two different type of books. One is reading what, and the other is reading what?
Mystery and thriller.
Who likes mystery, or who doesn't like mystery?
Sophie.
Sophie says, "Well, I got a new mystery on my night table, but I can't seem to get into it. So, I really don't get the idea what is the book about. I guess mysteries just aren't my thing." And then the other girl says, "But you're a big reader, so can you recommend a book for me?" It says, and then Lynn says, "Have you read the new John Griswold?" Okay. And it says, "No, I haven't. I didn't know he had a new book." Well, I can put it down. It's a real page turner. Real page turner. Turn the page means when you move the page. Okay, I'll give you the instructor. Could you please turn the page? Turn the page. So you turn the page. This is turn the page. When it says a real page turner, do you think it's a positive or negative? It's a real page turner. It's a positive phrase or it's a negative phrase?
Positive.
It's a positive phrase. Yes, it's a real page turner. So you can read it fast. Okay. Now it says, do you know sometimes books are really expensive, and it is common probably in other cultures that you borrow your book or someone lend you the book. After you finish, I give it to you so you can read it. So you want to spend money on the book. But sometimes they're really expensive books. How much do you think are books? They start from 200 to how much do you think is a book? How much do you think is a Harry Potter book? No? What about prices? How much would you pay for a book? Would you pay 300 for the book? Would you pay 400 for the book? How much money would you pay? What would be the top? If you really, really, really like the book, how much would you pay? The top. 400. Okay, very good. Now let's listen again the conversation, and then we try to do the
Read and listen to a conversation between two friends at a bookstore.
Hey, Sophie. I've never run into you here before.
Lynn, good to see you. Looking for anything special?
No, I'm just browsing. How about you?
I'm just picking up some gardening magazines for my mom. She can't get enough of them. So, anything interesting?
This one doesn't look bad. It's a biography of Helen Keller. What about you? Are you reading anything good these days?
Well, I've got a new mystery on my night table, but I can't seem to get into it. I guess mysteries just aren't my thing.
I know what you mean. They put me to sleep.
Well, you're a big reader. I wonder if you could recommend something for me.
Have you read the new John Grisham thriller?
No, I haven't. I didn't know he had a new book out.
Well, I can't put it down. It's a real page-turner.
Thanks for the tip. Do you think I could borrow it when you're done with it?
Of course. If you can wait till the end of the week, I'd be happy to lend it to you.
Okay. Now, according to the information, which I already showed to you, which are positive or which are negative or which are the expressions that you can use when you like something or when you don't like something. In likes, what are the expressions that you can use when you like something? Let's put it in order, okay? Can't get enough of them. Positive or negative?
Negative.
Positive, okay? She can get enough of them. Okay, no es suficiente leer una, no, ella tiene que leer todas. So I can get enough of them, okay? Next one, okay? Can seem to get into it. Positive or negative?
Negative.
Very good. Just aren't my thing.
Negative. Negative.
Okay. They put me to sleep.
Negative.
Okay. I can put it down.
Positive.
It's just a real page turner.
Positive.
Okay. Very good. Those are the things that probably you can use it if you like it or not. Okay. Now, another one that you can observe in the conversation, it says, say each underlined verb in your own way. When someone says, I never run into here before, run into, you here before. That is the word that they have it in the conversation. When someone says, I never run into you here before. So what do you think is that? I've never run into you here before. You can guess, I never run into you here before. Run into. What do you think is run into? Seen or meet. Ok, no te había visto aquí. O no te había encontrado aquí. That is run into. Seen or meet. Okay, see you. What do you think is I'm just browsing? When you enter to a shoe shop, or when you enter to the clothes shop, or when you enter to a music shop, and you are not planning to buy anything, and you're just looking the titles, looking the shoes, looking the blouse, that is browsing. Browsing is just looking around, not looking for something specifically. Do we do that in Guatemala? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, a lot. Okay. When someone asks you, so probably you're going to travel and you enter to a store and can I do something for you? Well, how can I help you? I'm just browsing. So people know that you're just looking around. You're not planning to buy anything. And then when you start browsing and if you like something, you buy it. But when you say, I'm just browsing, okay, that will be, I'm just looking around. Picking up. It says, I'm picking up some gardening magazines from my mom. What would be another verb that you can use instead of picking up? ¿Qué cree que va a hacer ella? ¿Que solo las va a ver? ¿O será que va a hacer algo más. Si a la mamá le gustan tanto, ¿será que ella solo llegó a ver las revistas o qué cree que va a hacer?
No, las va a comprar.
Ajá, so another word could be picking up. Picking up es que si las va a traer a recoger, será porque las va a comprar, buying. I'm just picking up something from the store. Picking up something, I'm just buying something from the store. Okay? Do you think I could borrow it when you're done with it? What could be borrowed?
Tomar prestado.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So what is borrow? Borrow means that they give you something, you use them, and then you're supposed to what? Return it. That is borrow. You return something. You keep for, I don't know, you can keep it for a day, for a month, for 3 months, but then you're supposed to return it to the owner. Okay? And then it says, I'll happy to lend it to you. What is the difference between lend it and borrow? Ambos son prestar. ¿Cuál será la diferencia entre borrow y lend? Okay. So I was asking you, what is the difference between borrow and lend? Do someone knows what is the difference?
Borrow is a person who asks,
Mm-hmm.
and lend is a person to gives.
Ajá. So I borrow you. Yo le pido prestado a usted y cuando usted me presta, ¿qué verbo utiliza?
Lend.
Ajá. I borrow to you, you lend me. Ok. Por eso es que Sophie le dice, thanks for the tip. Do you think I could borrow it? I could borrow your book when you're done? Y ella le dice, just give me time. And she says, of course, you can wait. If you could wait until the end of the week, I'll be happy to lend it to you. I borrow, you lend me to me. So, Mom, can I borrow your car? You ask your mom, Mom, can I borrow your car? And your mom asks you, when are you going to need it? For tomorrow. Okay. I will lend it to you. Okay. Get the difference? Yes? Okay. So let's continue. Are there any questions about the vocabulary? We're going to see it in the presentation that I have here. Okay? Likes and dislikes. When you like something, I can get enough of it. For example, you can also use it when you are watching a movie. Okay? Okay? I can get enough of it. I've been watching this movie, but I can get enough of it. So you really like it. When you don't like a movie, probably you will also say, I can get into the movie. It's not my thing. Another one. It just aren't my thing. It put me to sleep. There are certain movies that when you start watching the movie and then you don't get the idea of the movie, so you better put to sleep. Okay? That is another type of phrases that we might use. Okay? Now, never run into you or run into means seen or met. I have never seen you here before, or I have never met you here before. Okay, I'm just browsing, not looking for anything special. Picking up, looking for, and buying. So you're looking for something and you're buying it. Okay? Okay, okay, Julio, no hay pena. Yo lo veo, ¿ok? Lo vemos al final de la clase. Usted me escribió 2 correos, ¿verdad? ¿Ok? No se preocupe, lo vemos al final de la clase. Number 4. Do you think, let's put this one. Do you think could borrow it when you're done? I could borrow it when you're done. So temporarily use. Borrow means, lend or borrow means that you're supposed to return it to the owner, not to keep it. Okay? I'll be happy to lend it for you. Give for a short time. So I give it for you. I'm lending it to you, but probably you will need it. I will need it in 2 months. Okay? I'm just giving you the chance. Okay? Now, look what about a quote. There is a quote from J.K. Rowling. Who is J.K. Rowling? ¿Quién creen que es J.K. Rowling?
The Harry Potter's writer.
The Harry Potter's writer, okay? Is it a man or is it a woman?
Woman.
It's a woman. I do believe something very magical can happen when you read a book. Okay? That is a quote from her. Okay? And which are some of the vocabulary that describes a book. So when you read a book, you can describe it. Not only it's nice, it's not nice, I like it, I don't like it. Those are words that they don't give you too much information about the book. But if you might use all these phrases, probably they will help you to really choose which one is the book for you. So let's suppose you go to Sophos and you're looking for a book because you want to read. So you ask for a recommendation. Could you tell me, I'm looking for a book. What type of, the first thing that they are asking is what type of book are you looking for? You're looking for a nonfiction book, a fiction book? What are the type of books you like to read? You suppose to already know what is the type of book that you like to read. Let's suppose that you are looking for a mystery novel because you like mystery. So the clerk is going to tell you, oh, I have this book and this is a bestseller. What is a bestseller? A bestseller is very popular and everyone is buying copies. Bestseller is like the top of the books that are sold all over the world. And they got first edition and they moved to the second edition, then they moved to the third edition because the first edition was sold out. What is sold out? What do you think is sold out? Cuando va a un concierto le dicen, los tickets para, no sé, Bad Bunny están sold out.
Duro de seguir.
No. Sold out.
Vendido.
Que se agotaron.
Se agotaron. Están agotados. Sold out está agotado. La entrada para el concierto, el libro, la película, no sé, cualquier cosa, sold out. Sorry, we don't have more. That is sold out. Y por lo general, eso pasa con los bestsellers. Los bestsellers son los libros más vendidos. Okay? So, it's a real page turner. It's so exciting that you want to keep it reading it. It's a real page turner that, I mean, the book is this big, this size, but it's a real page turner. So you keep it and keep it and keep it reading. A cliffhanger. A cliffhanger means it's so exciting that you can wait to find out what happened next. For example, if you like mystery novels or mystery books, and it's a real cliffhanger because you have a character that is solving a mystery, and it's a real cliffhanger because every time that you turn the page, you see a new clue. You see something new that makes you continue. A cliffhanger is also like when you watch Netflix and you have a series that you already know that the series is in divided only in one season and 6 episodes. And when you finish the first one, it was a real cliffhanger. You want to see the second one. And when you saw the second, there's always that is something missing to get to the third one. That is a cliffhanger. So, lo engancha uno in Spanish. The bestseller you already know. A fast read. There are different type of books, and according to the type of book, that is the type of writing they use. Sometimes the books are easy to read, and sometimes they're a kind of difficult to read because of the use of the vocabulary, because of the grammar structure, because of the time in which they are presenting. So a fast read book, it's easy, enjoyable to read. So you read it fast, no words that are so complicated. It's probably a short book. So it's easy. It's really a fast read. Hard to follow. Hard to follow probably is a kind of, not necessarily the book, but for you probably is not the type of vocabulary that I used to. For example, my area is education. So everything from education I'm really interested in. But your area is medicine. Everything that has to do with medicine is really good for you. But I cannot read medicine books. Why? It's not my area. I don't like it. And sometimes I won't have the vocabulary because I won't understand. So probably medicine books from me, it could be a little bit hard to follow. Probably from 100% of the book, probably I will understand like 25% because it's not my area. Okay. Trash. Trash, it's when something is very poor quality. Trash. Do you know what is trash, right? Sí saben que es trash, ¿verdad? Yes. What is trash? Do you know what is trash?
Basura.
No.
Yes, es basura. That book is a trash. That book is pure trash. So, it has nothing good, ¿ok? Pero recuérdense que es solo su opinión. Para otras personas podría ser un libro muy bueno. ¿Ok? So, depends what you like. ¿Ok? But according to the adjective, trash could be a negative adjective. It's very poor quality. Okay, so the book is a very poor quality book. Okay, those are the type of vocabulary that we have. Let's stop here and let's have the pronunciation.
Read and listen.
A page turner. A cliffhanger. A bestseller. A fast read. Hard to follow. Trash.
Now listen again and repeat.
A page turner.
A cliffhanger. A bestseller. A fast read. Hard to follow. Trash.
Okay. Are there any questions about this? No?
No.
Did you get the idea about the... No? Didn't have questions?
No.
Okay. So tomorrow we're starting with the grammar, okay? Because I really need an hour to explain you this. It's not difficult, but I really need to go step by step because the noun classes are divided in two parts. So I need to explain this part and also this part. It's not complicated, but it's something that probably you haven't seen before. This is a very, very new topic, okay? Probably you have seen in English, but you don't know how is the grammar structure of this sentences, okay? So I really need time to explain you this. Okay, guys? So I'm going to finish right now. And if you want to stay for the to check your my English lab platform, you can stay. If not, you can leave. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. I see you tomorrow.
Teacher,
okay.
una pregunta, teacher.
Yes.
When is the final exam?
The final exam is on
This week? No.
no, it's on Wednesday. No.
Wednesday.
No, yes.
Yes, Wednesday.
Wednesday, sí, es que tengo exámenes también en regulares. Ya les iba a adelantar a que es el día lunes. No se preocupen, es el miércoles. El miércoles es su examen final. Damos notas el 30 por correo y obviamente después ustedes yo creo que hasta regresan y nos vemos hasta el 17 o 18 de abril, después de Semana Santa. La Semana Santa cae del 10 al sábado 15, ¿verdad? ¿Verdad? ¿O no?
No sé.
Bueno, pero sí, por ahí cae. Sí, ustedes regresan hasta abril 17 más o menos. Entonces el 29 es su examen final y 30, bueno, desde el 30 ya están libres y regresamos hasta el 17. ¿Ok? 18.
Teacher,
Okay.
for my English labia, solo tenemos esta semana.
Sí, ahorita vamos a ver.
Okay.
Ahorita si quieren quedamos aquí y vemos de una vez eso.
Maestra, yo ya me voy a desconectar.
Ok, está bien, no tenga pena, Daniel.
Nos vemos. Very well.
Bye, bye. Bye, Daniel. Just let me... Ok. Julio era. Julio, usted fue el que me escribió que me mandó una captura de pantalla, ¿verdad? En donde me dijo que no podía ingresar.
No.
Usted, no.
No, es que lo que yo quería saber, disculpe, es que yo he estado haciendo tareas, pero ahora solo me sale 32, pero no sé cuántas me hacen falta.
Ok. Ahorita vamos a ver. No, entonces era de
Y solo me salen así como juegos. Yo.
Ok, se va a poner a jugar. Ok, vamos a ver. Tenemos de la unidad, vamos a ir al grading, ¿ok? Que es el libro de notas de aquí. Ok, vamos a ver. Vamos a ver aquí. Unit 1. Déjenme ver aquí. Ok. Vamos aquí. En practice and assignment. Aquí. Algunas personas me aparecen, algunas otras no. Vamos a ir con... ¿cuál es su apellido?
Martínez Maldonado.
Martínez Maldonado. Aquí está, ¿ve? Entonces ingresamos, voy a ingresar a su nombre. ¿Ok? Y me aparece unidades de la 1 a la 4. Tenemos aquí unidad 1, 75%, unidad 2, 86%, unidad 3, 72% y unidad 4, 72%. Tal vez hay algunos ejercicios que le hagan falta y
Pero
usted no
son
sabe.
poquitos, ¿verdad?
Y usted no sabe cuáles son. Entonces
Ajá.
vamos a ir aquí y
Es
se
que yo
va.
soy muy tonto.
No, no tenga pena. Esta es una plataforma que es un poquito difícil no difícil, es diferente a muchas otras plataformas y necesita estar en constante práctica para que tal vez logre manejarla, tal vez no al 100%, porque yo todavía no la manejo al 100%, pero sí necesita práctica para saber en dónde están. Entonces vamos a ir al lado de assignments, ¿ok? Para ver, alguien está ahí haciéndome recuerditos aquí en la pantalla. Assignments, para que usted vea aquí, había otra persona que necesita saber cuándo terminan se entregan las tareas. Estamos con la unidad número 4. Se entrega el 27 de marzo. ¿Ok? Esta es la unidad 4. 27 de marzo. Ya es el día lunes. Esa es la unidad 4. ¿Ok? La unidad 3 también la tenemos para el 27 de marzo. Yo creo que todas están iguales. A veces me confunden las fechas porque tengo todos los cursos aquí. Sí, están todas desde el 1 al 27. Todas están hasta el 27 de marzo. ¿Ok? ¿Alguien que quiera ver aquí su reporte? Porque ahorita tengo que ingresar a otra cuenta para mostrarle a él cómo puede ver sus notas. ¿Sí, Claudia?
Licenciada, buenos días.
Buenos días.
Fíjese que yo ando en las mismas porque, como usted dice, es una plataforma nueva para mí. Mucho. Fíjese que en la unidad 1 son 23 ejercicios, si no estoy mal, pero a mí me aparece que solo he trabajado 18, pero no sé dónde buscar las que me hacen falta.
Va.
Igual a mí. Las dos Claudias.
Las dos Claudias, ok. ¿Sí?
Disculpe, pero eso creo que es por las tareas que no se pueden realizar, los que tienen el ojito cerrado. Porque si las cuenta, son 23 contando esas y creo que 19 o algo así, 18 solo con las que sí se pueden hacer.
Sí. Vale. Ok, voy a salirme de esta porque necesito ingresar como estudiante. Entonces ya como estudiante puedo ver cómo lo están haciendo ustedes, ¿ok? Necesito cambiarme de cuenta, ¿ok? Dame chancecito y me voy a otra cuenta. Que no puedo tener las dos opciones aquí. No es como la de Moodle que me puedo cambiar. Vamos a ver aquí en esto.
En el caso de los videos, con una vez que veamos el video ya...
Sí, ya marca.
Okay.
Vamos a ver.
Licenciada, gracias por ayudarme. Se lo agradezco.
Ok. No tenga pena, todavía no se vaya porque estamos bien. Quiero enseñarle algo aquí. No se me vaya todavía. O ya se tiene que ir.
No.
Ok. Vamos a ver. Ok. Van a ver mi versión como estudiante. Aquí está Carla Argueta. Esa sería mi versión como estudiante. Al entrar me aparece así. Esta es mi plataforma. De la unidad 1 tengo asignados 23 ejercicios. De la unidad 2 tengo 30. De la unidad 3, 26 y de la unidad 29. Aquí me aparecen los ejercicios que probablemente yo ya he hecho. Y aquí puedo decir cuáles son los que me faltan. De 23 tengo 12 realizados. ¿Cómo sé yo cuáles son los que me hacen falta? Me voy a asignaciones, que es donde están mis tareas, ¿ok? Y aquí me aparecen cuáles aquí. Aquí me aparecen, aquí me puede aparecer abrir. A mí yo creo que me van a aparecer todos porque yo solo ingreso uno y ya. Pero para estar más seguros, aquí me aparece todos. En total tengo 374. No necesariamente son todos los que yo me asigné, ¿ok? No iniciados tengo 374 e iniciados esta cantidad. Pueden ir aquí. Y a mí aparecen los 374 porque yo estoy matriculada en todos los cursos, ¿ok? Yo aparezco en todos los cursos. Me voy a ir solo al intensivo 10. Aquí me aparecen, mire, 92. Iniciados, no he iniciado ninguno, aquí. Donde dice no iniciado, le doy no iniciado y me tiene que aparecer la cantidad de ejercicios que probablemente no he hecho. Ahí puede ver usted una forma, no iniciados. ¿Sí les aparecen así?
Sí.
¿Sí? En no iniciados.
Sí.
¿Sí? Sí. Vaya. Y probablemente aquí les aparezca también. Aquí tienen 3 intentos. Miren, intentos 3. Pero si usted a la primera lo hizo, no hay ningún problema. Los que aparecen con un ojito, como ustedes me dicen aquí, es porque yo no quiero que los hagan. ¿Ok? Entonces, por más que usted le dé a abrir y abrir y abrir, no les va a aparecer porque yo lo dejé deshabilitado. Entonces, probablemente esos entran también en opción de como ejercicio asignado, como tomado en cuenta entre los que tiene que realizar, pero en realidad no los tienen por qué hacer, ¿ok? Se toman el número ese, pero no, en realidad no es el número. No me aparece ninguno con numerito. Ah, ya sé. Ya sé por qué. Porque probablemente ustedes lo ven aquí, en curso. Ustedes lo ven aquí, ingresan aquí y lo ven desde aquí, ¿verdad?
Ajá.
Oculto para ustedes, ajá. Entonces, si usted los cuenta, contemos aquí cuántos hay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 y 18. Asignados hay 18, pero hay ojitos que yo no puedo tener, no puedo ver, entonces 18. 1, 2, 3, 4 y 5. ¿A 18 más 5?
23.
23. Entonces me aparecen aquí los 23, contando con esos ojitos, pero en realidad son solo 18 los que tengo que hacer.
Ah, ya.
Sí, por ejemplo, en el
¿Sí?
libro de calificaciones ahí aparece, por ejemplo, unidad 1 y dice 18 de 18. Si yo tengo los 18 ya hechos.
Aquí están, ¿ve? Entonces se va al libro de calificaciones, como usted indica, y aquí me va a aparecer cuántos. Aquí me tendrían que aparecer porcentajes de la unidad 1, 2, 3 y 4. Yo quiero ver aquí la prueba. No tengo ninguna prueba hecha, no he hecho ningún examen. ¿Ok? ¿Sí?
Sí,
Libro de
licenciada,
calificaciones. Ahí, ¿sí estamos bien ahí?
Ya entendí, gracias.
¿Sí? Entonces ya para la próxima unidad, el próximo curso que ya ustedes estén conmigo, si nos dan seguimiento, ustedes ya deciden, ¿sí? Para que ustedes tengan un mejor control y vayan cerrando no sé, cada 2 semanas, 2 unidades, podemos dividir en 2. El otro curso les va a tocar unidad 5, 6 y 7. Va a ser un poquito más relajado porque son solo 3 unidades. Ustedes van a poder decir, mire, Miss, a la quincena de este mes ponga mejor la unidad 4. Entonces tengo 15 días para hacer la 4. Pero la 5 y la 6 ya la pone para fin del mes, ya que se acerca el examen final, ya tendrían que hacer solo la 5 y la 6 para que supieran que la 4 ya está tomada en cuenta, ya está cerrada y no se les va a revolver con todos los otros ejercicios que tienen en sus asignaciones, que serían aquí en asignaciones, serían 92 ejercicios, para que no se miren los 92, sino que solo se miren de 3 unidades, serían 60, digamos, 20, 20 y 20, solo se le miren 40 porque ya salió de 20. ¿Ya?
Sí,
¿Alguna otra duda? ¿Alguna otra duda?
No,
¿no?
Gracias.
¿No? ¿Estamos bien todos?
Sí,
Cuando yo...
Sí. Julio, ¿está bien?
Sí, calidad,
¿Sí?
calidad licenciada. Gracias.
Ok. Claudia.
No, es que cuando yo hago los ejercicios, entonces al momento que termino, entonces ahí me dices next. Entonces, de una vez
Así es que usted le da next y ahí puede pasar todo el día. Usted puede pasar todo el día ahí, next, y le va a salir las 4 unidades.
Ahí yo voy avanzando, pero no, a mí ya no me aparecen en donde dice no, los que yo he hecho, digamos, en la, no, ¿qué? ¿Qué era la cosa?
Era no iniciado.
Ajá.
Ahí le aparece a 0.
Ahí me parecen todos los ejercicios que lo he hecho, pero ahorita yo voy empezando la unidad 3.
Sí, pues.
Ajá.
Puede ser de que obviamente les falten algunos. Sí, le falta la 3 y la 4.
Pero me aparecen los 90 y pico de ejercicio y que no lo he hecho.